Morning, guys. It's about 6:30 in the morning, and I got up to check on the worms. So these are the African night crawlers. I left the light on in this room so they wouldn't go crawling. And today I'm going to cover them in newspaper, and I'm still going to leave the light on today just to see if they'll stay down. But as you can see, they are doing really well. These worms are absolutely gorgeous. We're talking nice size here. At this point, my husband was like, "That's what she said." This joke he has running. It's constant. Nice looking worms. Let's look over here. Yeah, they're doing fine. These guys don't move as much as my other ones, so I don't know if that's a normal thing or I don't know. I think they're doing okay though. Maybe they're just still adapting. Let's look in here. Yeah, they're doing good. Look. Sorry, I disturbed you. Sorry. African night crawlers are interesting because if you hold them up at a certain angle like this, you can see like a glow-in-the-dark line going down their body. The only other worm I've seen that on are those Alabama jumpers that I find in my garden. The ones that slither away like snakes. You can tell because they have this glowing line in their body. They're just the strangest thing. Alright, so let's check on the European night crawlers and I'll tell you about them. So let's check on them. Normally when I have worms in a bin and I lift up the paper, I see movement right away. With these guys, what concerns me is I don't see any movement. Nothing. So we're going to check them and see if they're alive. Another dead one. So what do you do when worms arrive sick? Look, another dead one. Let's check the rest and see. There's one, he seems okay. They almost seem lethargic. Like they're not very, they don't have a lot of movement. Look, I could tell this one's alive because look at his little mouth. This one seems okay, but he's very slow. Let's see over here. Let's see. Yeah, see how they're kind of slow? This one's okay. This little bunch here seems alright. I don't know though. So, as a worm farmer in business, I've had a lot of them tell me that they usually give the buyer, once they've been notified immediately of the problem, usually give them 24 to 48 hours to see if the worms live. If they don't live, at least some of the few that I've talked to will replace them. And obviously I document everything just to freaking beetle in here, just to keep you informed and as a learning curve for you. Because I've been doing this a long time and I've had things happen, but honestly I've never had something like this happen to where they arrive with some kind of weird smell. And sometimes it's the bedding, you know, so they're all over there in that corner for some reason. And this little gang seems okay. So far I find like that. I found like 6 dead ones. And that'll happen occasionally. You know, you'll get worms that arrive with a few, you know. But, and I'm not saying this is the seller's fault. I'm just saying that something happened and something has to change. So the bedding they came in, you can tell has like mold in it now. It's getting mold everywhere. See there? That tells me that the bedding, something happened with the bedding. I don't know what it was. Definitely something happened with the bedding. So this bunch, besides the one dead one, I found two dead ones. This bunch seems okay. So let's check the other two. Okay, this is bin number 2. No movement. Seem okay. I smell something in this one. Sometimes you'll find a dead one and you'll have to pick it out like I did with the other ones. So let's see. Over here. These seem okay. This one's dead. Yeah. All right. These seem okay. All right. So once I check the third one, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. All right, this is the third one. Still no movement. Let's see. They seem okay too, but they are like so lethargic. I don't know. I mean, I just got them. But they still, I think, need some time to see if they're gonna make it. Sorry, I'm doing that a lot. Yesterday I got my second COVID shot. I got really sick last night. I almost fainted in Walgreens because it gave me this like really heat sensation going up my face and my mouth and everything. I drove home and I don't even know how, because honestly I should have just stayed there. But you know, when you feel sick, you just want to go home. That's how I felt. So this little bunch seems okay. I don't see any dead ones. It's that middle one. But I'm going to do the same thing to all 3 of these to see if they recover. I'm going to show you the difference in lifting up paper and seeing movement. Okay, so look at the red wigglers when I lift this up. See how they scatter? Because they see the light. That's how you know you got a healthy bin. Look, see the scattering? The Euros didn't do that. See the scattering? They all go, wee, there's a light. Okay, I'm going to show you the bin with my personal Euros. No, I'm sorry, my personal African night crawlers. Okay, let's see if they scatter. Oh yeah. See, the Euros didn't do that. So that concerns me. So this is what I'm going to do. And this is what I think everyone should do if they get sick worms or they think they're sick. I'm gonna get some clean tubs, and I'm gonna make fresh bedding again of my own, and I'm gonna take the worms, I'm gonna sift them out in a sieve, and I'm gonna rinse them under warm water, just really fast. You don't drown them. If you watch Plant Obsessed channel, she does it outside with a hose, and I think it's one of the coolest videos I have ever seen. But I'm not doing that since I have one of those sinks, tub sinks down here, with access to fresh warm water. So I'm going to give them a quick rinse with warm water, and then I'm going to put them into the new bedding so that whatever they had on them from that bedding will be rinsed away, and hopefully that'll give them a better chance. Because honestly, I don't want to lose these worms. They were a lot of money. So now I have regular peat moss, just peat moss. I'm going to do this bin with only peat moss, some paper, and my oyster shell, obviously, and a little bit of my dolomite. And I'm going to rinse them off, and we're going to see. I'm going to do it to the middle bin because that's the one that to me has an odor, and I found dead worms in. The other two, I haven't found any dead worms, and so I'm going to leave them like that, or I might decide to do it also. But let's do it to the middle one and just see what happens. So right now I'm setting up the bin. I have peat moss in here, which is kind of wet. So I'm going to add shredded paper to this to help absorb everything. And then once I have it like I like it, I'm going to let it sit for a bit, and I'm going to go get the worms, and I'm going to start working with them. So I'll keep you guys updated on this. Okay, so I'm done sifting the worms. It took forever because the bedding is moist, but whatever didn't come out of here, I went through the bedding and I picked them out one by one. Man, their bedding is stinky, and I know that's because obviously something went wrong. So here they are, the ones that are alive. So I'm gonna make sure that I take care of them, so I'm gonna go rinse them. Okay, here we are. So I'm going to start off with cool water, but I'm going to add a little warm to it to make it like the perfect temperature. Not cold, not hot, just right in the middle. Yeah, that's the perfect temperature. I'm going to start rinsing them. And I only do this like if I have a problem, like I had a problem. The goal is to give them the best chance I could give them at life, you know. I don't want them dying. Besides that, you know, I paid a lot of money for them. So look, as you can see, they're nice and clean. They're very, they're becoming lively because of the water, but it doesn't drown them. Give them a good shake. Look at all the bedding coming out. So I'm using the sieve with the smaller holes, and the one with the bigger holes, I'm just dumping them in here because I don't want them falling through and going down the drain. I haven't lost a worm yet, at least not this way. Oh man, I haven't even had coffee yet. But I gotta get this done because priority, you know, my wormies. I don't want anything to happen to them. So, yeah, sometimes they get stuck in the little holes. Gotta just gently pull them out. Alright. me put the water up a little bit as far as strength. Yeah, never just go ahead and pour the water on them. I regulate the temperature of the water. There, it's perfect. So sometimes things happen, guys. Look at all the bedding. You know, whether you're raising worms as a business or trouble or a hobby, you're going to have some troubleshooting things. You're going to have to do your best and figure it out. But, you know, if you want to save your worms, sometimes you just got to take drastic measurements. See all the bedding? So here they are, nice and clean. So now they're going to go in the new bedding. Another thing I do when I do this is when I'm done using this, I make sure I rinse it very well. I clean it very well so that if there is some kind of bacteria or something in the bedding that's making them die, I don't reintroduce it. So I'll bring you guys back. Look at the thermometer. Just came down a little bit. So what I've been doing is fluffing it every few minutes to get air in there, and eventually the temperature will come down, and then we'll put the worms back in here. So I'm at the shredder. My family saves for me paper towel and toilet paper rolls. We open them up like this and throw them in a box that I have down here so that they're ready for my use if I need them. So I'm going to shred some cardboard and I'm going to add it to the new bin. What I like about this shredder is that it has an auto button, so I could leave it on this and put the paper in, and when it stops shredding, it'll stop. The only thing is with this shredder, and I'm sure it happens with others, you can't leave them running really more than 10 minutes or they'll overheat. And it shows you clearly here when not to put in a shredder. Like, that is funny though. I don't know what that is. You're gonna put your doll in there, your child in there? Anyway, these are very handy to have when you have a worm business or worm hobby. You don't have to have it. I started out many years without it. I just rip things by hand, but they sure are handy. Okay, so here's a shredded paper or cardboard. I'm going to add it, and then I'm going to mix this in, and we're going to get going from there. Morning, guys. So today is 2 days after the mighty bath of the Euros. So yesterday, my husband and I thought, well, it was really my fault. I'm not going to blame him. I shut the lights off in this room and I thought, well, they'll be okay now. So we came down like 2 hours later and there was a mass exit of Euros going this way. And they formed a line like the ants do. And they went this way, and they were out their way out the door. They wanted to go to my back door. They wanted to escape. So we're like, so we started picking up the worms and putting them back in. So I've left the light on again. So this morning, I have not looked at them. Let's see how they're reacting. I also fed them to see if it'll keep them contained. And yay, look, there's movement. Let's see. Look, there's movement. I think they're gonna be okay. You're welcome, guys. I saved your life. Let's see. Oh yeah, see the movement? And look, the chow is gone, all of it. So they definitely chowed down. They have recovered. See, there's just a little dot there. And they're gonna be okay. So basically, you know, it was not the vendor's fault at all. He sent me great worms. It's sometimes, you know, you get deliveries and the boxes get a little smashed on the way, and worms are very soft, and if one gets smashed, it dies, and it doesn't take very long for their guts and all their deadness to become rancid in there. And then them being packed in the bag, it just takes over really fast. It goes anaerobic really fast. So that's what happened basically. So in order to save my worms, um, I had to take drastic actions because I know that, and I contacted Northeast Worms right away and told him what happened, and he's been texting me back and forth. We've been working, you know, he's been informed of everything, and I know that he would replace him. I just didn't want to go through all that hassle, and I don't want him to go through all that hassle. So I saved my worms. So remember, if anything like this ever happens to you, just try it. If they die, and you didn't try it, you're gonna say, why didn't I try something? At least you're giving it a chance. These guys, it worked on them. um, when I gave them the bath, remember, I used like warm water, but not on the hot side, more on the cool side, kind of like the perfect temperature in the middle, so I wouldn't shock them. Anytime I've given an African nightcrawler a bath, I go a little warmer for them because they like warmer temperatures, you know, so because you don't want to shock them and have them die from that. So this has been a success. I'm very happy that they made it. So now on to my next worm adventure. Thanks for watching, guys. I know this was a long video, but I wanted to take you step by step of the process, and I wanted you to see the result, the end result, to see if it worked or not. And if it didn't work, I was going to show you anyway, because I want you to learn from my videos more than anything. You know, I've done this for a long time, and I've made a lot of mistakes through the years, and I've learned from watching others who did it for a long time too. So I just want you to be successful. Will it ever be ever perfect? No, nothing ever is, but you can give it your best. So if you like my content, press that subscribe button. Go follow me on Facebook. Press the little bell so you don't miss one of my wormy adventures here. And I'll see you guys next time. Oh, by the way, I want to know if you guys ever want to go live and talk about worms. What do you think? Let me know down below. Take care. Well, while I'm here, might as well check on the others. These are the African night crawlers. Ooh, look at that. They are going to town. Now, these are mine. I raised. These are Gitanos. Look at that. They are moving. They are happy. Happy worms. Look at that. Wow. They're doing a great job. They really are. These are the naughty ones. Euro naughties. Let's check on the red wigglers. I love to see them like squirm and freak out. Look at that. They're loving the chow. All right. This has been a success. See you next time.